Great. So this is a short mobility follow for shoulder and neck, and really about creating a little bit of freedom through the upper back as well. So great to do in the morning, and you're going to need a flat brick to sit on, or you could use a towel or folded blanket. A foam roller, if you don't have a foam roller, you could use a brick, and it's useful to have a square brick as well, in case. So we're going to begin in a seat, and you can sit up on the edge of your brick, or if cross-legged isn't comfortable for you, you can be kneeling. And then just take a moment just to arrive and settle. And it might be useful just to shut the eyes and find a kind of point of balance right over the center of your base. And just kind of observe what the shoulders are feeling like. Notice if one shoulder feels higher than the other, or if you can sense any sensation around the shoulders or the neck. How that influences the rest of the body. And taking a couple of deep breaths, keeping the mouth gently closed and inhaling and exhaling through the nose. And you can blink the eyes open, and we'll just begin to roll the shoulders up towards the ears and then bring the shoulders down the back. Do that a few times with the breath. So inhaling, shoulders up, exhaling, shoulders down. And then on your next inhale, we're going to lift the arms up towards the ceiling. You can interlace the hands behind the back of your skull, and then just use the weight of the hands to bring the chin to the chest without pushing or forcing, but just using the weight of the hands. And just hold it here and take a couple of deep breaths into the back of the neck. Good. And then inhaling, coming all the way back up. And as you exhale, release the left arm down to the side of the body. Bring the right arm up and over to your other ear. And then inhale here. And as you exhale, bring your right ear to your right shoulder. And again, without any force, just allowing the weight of the hand to bring the head across. And you can let the left shoulder get really heavy. And inhaling, switching, so bringing both arms up, right arm down, left hand to right ear. Breathe in here. And then as you breathe out, left ear to left shoulder. Again, see if you can linger there and breathe through the side of the neck, around that whole shoulder area. Sensing those little kind of pockets of potential. Good, lovely. And then inhaling, bringing both arms back up towards the sky. And this time as you exhale, interlace the hands behind the back. Interlace the hands behind the back. And you can bend the elbows and just begin to draw the elbows back together towards each other. And as you draw the elbows back towards each other, you can just shimmy the rib cage a little bit, side to side. Good, and then let yourself settle into a still position. Keep that interlace with the hands and see if you can begin to straighten at the elbows. And if interlacing the hands is too much, you could always use a small hand towel or a strap here instead. Good, and then lifting up through the chest, keep squeezing the back of the shoulder blades together and dragging the hands down towards the tail. Take another breath. And then inhale, engage the core to come all the way back up, release, and turn yourself over onto all fours. And you can move the flat prop out from underneath you. So setting up in all fours, hands under shoulders, knees are under wrists. And then just starting from the tail, you can just begin to curl the tailbone up, belly softens, chest broadens. And then as you exhale, rounding up into cat. And we'll do that a few times. So cow pose as you inhale, and then cat pose as you exhale. And again, just going slowly, breathing in, breathing out. One more. And then bringing your left hand in front of your face, take your right arm and just begin to make some gentle circles up and around with the right arm. And that right arm doesn't have to be straight, it could be bent, just kind of feeling into what the shoulder itself wants. So almost leading the action with the shoulder. Good. And then the next time you bring the arm up, inhale, and as you exhale, bring it in and through and underneath and thread the needle. So coming down onto the side of your head. And then use this left hand like a little teepee, push down through the pads of the fingers, push down through the back of the right arm. Really allow yourself to pause here and breathe into those kind of nooks and crannies through the back of the shoulder. And the back of the thoracic spine, where the shoulder blades sit. Good. Take one more breath. Inhale, unravel gently. We'll do the other side. So right hand in front of your face. And then your left arm is going to peel all the way up and come around. And again, it could look more like kind of a bent arm action. Just really feeling into what feels useful this morning. Good. And then left arm comes up, breathe in, and as you breathe out, thread the needle. Second side. And again, lingering there as you allow that unraveling of the spine. Inhaling and exhaling. One more breath. And then as you unravel this time, come back to all fours and then walking the hands forward a little bit and bringing the forearms down. So it's kind of a modified puppy pose here. And I want you to create those cat-cow movements again. Seeing if you can instigate some flexion and some extension through the spine. And then come back to a long spine and draw the belly in. So hug in around the waist. And see if you can keep that lower back area, abdomen area still. So we're not going to move that area. And then I just want you to see if you can move the upper back in that cat-cow. It's really difficult. But see if you can keep the waist drawing in. Okay, take another breath. Lovely. And then just release that. Walk the hands a little bit further forward. Drop the elbows down, bring the head down. And then see if you can bring the palms to touch in prayer and bring the arms up and over behind you, behind the head in this puppy variation. And take a couple of breaths there. One more breath. And then releasing the hands again, walking the hands all the way back up to all fours and just taking a moment to take some circles with your ribs. So now it's more like a kind of figure of 8 for the spine. You can go in one direction and then you can go in the other direction. Good. Then from here, inhale, roll yourself all the way down onto your belly. And keep the tops of the feet pushing down firmly into the floor, pubic bone down. Taking your hands wide off your mat and then just curling up with the chest into a baby cobra. So you're not coming very far. And seeing if you can take some rolls for your shoulders. And again, it doesn't have to be anything specific. The head could also get involved. Just feeling into what feels good this morning. Taking another breath. Good, bring the hands back either sides of your chest, take your toes, and then push back to child's pose, keeping the arms extended forward and drop the hips back. Good, inhaling, coming all the way back up. And then just swivel yourself around. So bringing the legs down in front of you and grab your roller. And if you didn't have a roller, you could use 2 myofascial balls instead for this, and you could place the balls either side of the spine. We're going to bring the kind of upper part of the back down onto the roller. And you're going to interlace the hands behind the head and just let the head get really heavy in the hands and take the elbows wide. And then just start there. And you can really let yourself hang out here. So you can back bend it essentially, but keep a little bit of support through the lower abdominals to protect the lower back. Good, and then inhale, bring yourself back up. So curl up a little bit more. And then as you exhale, just begin to shift the weight of the back from one side to the other and go slowly. Lift the right elbow up and give it a little bit of a circle round. So you're putting pressure on the left side between the shoulder blade and the spine. And then come back through center, inhale and switch to the other side. So left elbow up. And then come back through center and just find another spot. So you might want to roll further up the back, or you might want to roll a little bit further down the back. And just begin by rolling up and down. And then again, you can move left and right. Keeping the back as heavy as you can on the roller, so creating that body pressure of the body weight, really leveraging the body weight onto the roller. Good, and then take another couple of breaths. And then you can release the hands and just move the roller under the base of your skull, or if you don't have a roller at this point, you could grab your square brick and have it on its medium height under the base of the skull. And then you're right at the bottom of the skull, and you're just going to begin to just very gently move head left and right as well. And work with the breath. And then you can come about 45 degrees to the right side, hold it there. Again, let the head get really heavy on the skull and make some tiny circles with your nose. And you can come back through center and do the second side. So 45 degrees to the left, and then just some really gentle circles with your nose. And then back through center. Pause there for a moment, take a breath. Good. And then take your head out, roll it away, and just let yourself rest for a moment in Shavasana. The knees can pull together. Let the back of the head and the shoulders and the arms be supported by the floor. Really invite the front of the shoulder just to soften, release. And coming up gently so that you can start your day. Roll to the side and support yourself as you push up.